Good morning. This video is about how to use the periodic table to understand the valence of any particular element as well as the charge on ions. So valence first. Valence is a number that ranges from 1 to 8. And it merely counts the number of electrons that are going to be involved in a chemical reaction. That's the technical definition. But the counting is actually pretty easy because we start with the first column. It has 1 valence electron. The second column has 2 valence electrons. And then we're going to skip this whole group in the middle, the transition metals, and then go on, and the boron family has 3 valence electrons, carbon 4, nitrogen 5, oxygen 6, halogen 7, and noble gases 8. And that's simply the number of valence electrons. It's a number from 1 to 8. Count the columns and skip the transition metals. The second thing that I want to cover in this video is charge. And charge is something that all chemistry students need to know. The elements as ions have charges. Ions mean charged particles. So in their most simple states, the charges go from +1, +2, +3, +4, -3, -2, -1, and 0. And if you count those, what you will see is that there are 8 charges, and they correspond to those same 8 valence columns. So everything in that first column has a charge of +1. So that means lithium, sodium, potassium all have charges of +1. The next column, the alkaline earth metals, all have a charge of +2. So beryllium, magnesium, calcium, all a +2. Again, we're going to skip all the transition metals and start again in the boron family at +3, carbon +4. Then we're going to start from the other side, just so that we don't get confused about how these negative charges go. We're going to start with the noble gases because they do not form ions, and so they have a charge of 0. And then the next column, the halogens are -1, oxygen family -2, and the nitrogen family -3. Now, as you get to higher levels of chemistry, your teacher or professor will explain that many of these elements have more than one charge. However, for first-year chemistry students, this is a very simple way for you to keep track of the charge on some of the most widely used elements.